I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob, and we're gonna get buzzed.
Simon Mushroom Head, listen to what Simon says. Be born again before you're dead.
The all-new 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz.
Without launch control.
It's not bad.
That's not bad
That's
at all.
not bad.
Damn, Volkswagen, what is this thing?
Horsepower and torque.
335 horsepower and no official torque figure from a 91 kilowatt hour battery and 2 electric motors with 4-motion all-wheel drive.
This is the new electric Volkswagen Bus. What's the range?
So the rear-wheel drive one has the most range at 377 kilometers. This all-wheel drive one has 373 kilometers with a 0 to 60 around 6 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
You want me to
And hang on, the torque number. There is a torque number, but you can't really combine them. So I'm gonna say that the combined torque is up to 512 pound-feet of torque, but you don't actually get that.
You wanna hear a spicy take right now?
It's spicy.
This is like my favorite vehicle all year, and I would totally drive this every single day, even though there's a bunch of stuff in here that I don't like, because of how cool it looks.
That's not spicy at all, because I'd say the same thing. I really like this thing a lot.
All right, starting with the looks, it looks like an old Volkswagen bus.
Speaking of an old Volkswagen bus, my parents had one of these, a 1970-something model. When they came to Canada, I was 2 years old. They got a picture of me in it. My dad did some work for some guy, and he gave it to him as pavement. It was completely broken. My dad had to fix it, but there is a picture of me in that car, so I definitely took that same picture today with the same car.
Yeah, I just have a picture of me in a sketchy GMC cargo van, so
There you go. But I do have some heritage with this Volkswagen.
you win.
But unlike the one that my parents had, which had a spare front tire, this one doesn't have one.
No,
Come
no,
on.
I'll Photoshop one for you.
Volkswagen, make it an option. I don't know about pedestrian
that's the-
stuff, but it's fine.
So this one is a two-tone. There are like 4 different versions that you can get two-tone in, and there are non-two-tone versions.
Yep.
Those don't look nearly as good.
They do
kind
not.
of look ugly.
They actually really do.
And then this
yeah.
has super awesome wheels that look like they're from the 60s.
They're huge.
They look great. I think you can get them with black on the inside too, but ours are white. And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a cool new Volkswagen bus?
That would be the ones that we're driving on. The OE tire for this car, which is the Continental Pro Contact TX10.
Shout out.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's smooth, it's nice.
It's really nice.
Quiet, a little bit of wind noise. You know, you're driving a wall. It looks like we're in a friggin' boat or a spaceship or the Millennium Falcon or something.
The visibility here is unreal.
Well, I mean, we have 2 A-pillars. We'll get to that in a bit. Do you like the headlights?
I love the headlights.
It looks good. We got like a line that goes across. We've got like the grill at the bottom with all the holes. I think that looks awesome too.
And if we pop the hood, Yuri, is there a dipstick here?
This is an electric car, Jacob.
Yeah, so it doesn't pass the dipstick test. But while electric cars don't require engine oil due to their simpler mechanics and reduced friction, they still need other fluids like coolant, transmission fluid, and brake fluid. These fluids ensure the smooth operation of mechanical parts, prevent overheating, and maintain braking efficiency, which TotalEnergies also makes a lot of those fluids.
It's cool how the little hood pops forward though.
Yeah, and it's got like a little strap.
No room for any storage, which I'm not mad at.
No.
I know some people love to be mad at it, but I'm not mad at this at all.
No, where's
Not-
the engine, Yuri? There's so much space over here.
The fact that it's so far forward, even though it doesn't look like it looks like a cab over,
Yeah,
it is cool.
That's where my head is.
Yeah, this is my head's at the front.
All right.
You're 5 foot 8 inches from the bumper. So side view, nice smooth body lines.
And we have doors that open electronically from both sides because this is a minivan.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is a minivan. And I guess we should mention that we get a longer wheelbase in North America than they do in Europe. So that's pretty sweet. This is like a full 3-row that you can comfortably fit an adult in every single row. Even Jacob at 6'1.5".
Yeah, and Europe has had that shorter wheelbase model for a couple years now. And in my opinion, this is the most butchered model from design to conception to production, the time that it took. I'm going to rival this with the Acura NSX.
We'll talk about that later. We haven't even finished talking about the looks. We don't even know what the back end looks like.
Because the concept came out in 2017 at the Detroit Auto Show, and I wanted to drive it as soon as that came out. But man, it took until 2025 model year for this to come out. Nearly 8 years.
And they
Ridiculous.
And they absolutely nailed it.
They did, but man, did they screw up the launch of this thing.
I don't think so. I think it's perfect.
I think they butchered it. Go on with whatever you wanted to say.
The side view, right? Nice, clean, crisp body lines. It looks good. Except for the window part is like, how do you open the window? There's just a little thing there. You have to click this rear button, and then, you can also control from the back, and it's just a little window that slides back, which I think is very cute and gimmicky.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It works.
Yeah, it's just weird because no other car has that.
Yeah.
But I guess if you look at it from the top, you can see this gigantic glass panel roof that does have this to make it darker or lighter, which is so awesome. My kid was in the back. Here's what she had to say.
I like how I can see through the sky. I like everything.
And that is a $2,000 electrochromic option that you don't have to get.
But my kid said this is the coolest thing ever.
This car's so cool.
Do you want me to get one?
Yeah.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
And like the size of it,
Well,
I understand why it's $2,000.
You might have to get this for the first edition because we're in the first edition, which I think is like fully loaded with like everything, all-wheel drive, and that's what
No,
they're
I
going to
think
be
it's
selling
an
first.
option separately.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like the two-tone, because you also have to pay for that.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's great.
Okay, back end, taillights and stuff. Nice and sleek. It looks modern. No exhaust tips. Should we listen to the outside? Sure, why not? It doesn't have any annoying humming sounds. It doesn't have any annoying sounds on the inside. Look,
That's in sport mode.
they didn't do anything bad and stupid with it. Like, 7 years, 8 years from like when they first show it, if they don't screw it up, that's a win.
And we've driven the ID4, which I proclaim the worst vehicle I have ever driven. This is one of the best that I've ever driven.
And it's on the same ID platform.
Exactly. So all Volkswagen had to do was make this as the regular ID, and they would sell trillions of them. I would be so happy to see these on the road. We'll get to the price later. But man, did they nail the design and overall functionality of this car.
The trunk.
Okay, a little bit small.
Well, okay, the trunk door.
Yeah.
It is huge. It pops up so big. It's electronic. It's got the close button. That's good. But yeah, the trunk space, it's not as cavernous as like a proper minivan because this kind of competes with like
A minivan.
Sienna Hybrid and stuff. I actually don't know if you could fit a proper stroller back there.
Well, exactly. And this is like, a people mover. It's a minivan. It should be able to.
Is it, or is this a fashion car?
It's both.
So now that we're done talking about all the looks, like I think this is kind of like the Hummer EV, which was a throwback to the Hummer but electric. Cybertruck, throwback to the DeLorean but electric.
The same company also made the Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for the
Fashion,
electric one.
yeah.
This is a fashion. This isn't meant for proper practicality, even though you can fit adults everywhere in here.
Yes, it's definitely both.
But it's like, it's so sick.
Yeah. And this is a prototype or pre-production model because we don't actually have a trailer hitch on this one, but every one that you buy, if you buy one of these, will actually have one.
Okay, so
And it can actually tow up to 3,500 pounds.
Well, that's good.
We don't know the range
Yeah,
while
yeah.
towing.
It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
as long as it can tow.
Assume it'll be much less than whatever it says for not towing.
Okay, so some things that I noticed were like quirky or interesting or good or like fun about this car while driving it. When you get in, you don't hit your knee on the steering column because you're sitting like a bus.
Yep.
So high up, there's actually a whole bunch of clearance. So instead of actually fixing the steering column thing and making it scooped out, they just made it a Buzz.
There you go.
Genius.
And there is an engine start-stop button.
Yeah, but it's still one of those weird cars where anytime you lift your butt or hit the brake or anything, it like turns off and on. It's very confusing.
But it does say engine on that, because I'm just saying that to contrast with the pedals, which say play and pause, which is kind of funny.
Okay. Do you like this white interior?
I mean, for the vibe of this car, 100% yes.
I've seen ones with dark interior and it's not the same.
No, it wouldn't be.
You need to go light. You need to go light. Some fun things. Cup holder. It does fit this small cup of Timmy's perfectly fine up here.
And this is called the Buzz Box, and it is removable. However, I actually
Just
don't
leave
remember
it.
how to do
We'll
it.
remove it later. There's also cup holders here, but okay, put this cup in there with a sleeve.
Okay.
How tight is that? Now pull your cup out. Keeps the sleeve there. The cup holder grips are too tight.
Yeah.
But
they
it's
are.
still a pass, but loosen these up a little bit.
Yep.
Back to here. What if you're chilling, having a brewski?
Or some marijuana?
No, brewski, and you got to pop it open.
Wow.
Bottle opener.
Wow.
What if it's snow and you got to scrape your windshield?
No. What if I want to smoke marijuana?
Nah, man.
Rolling papers.
This is a vaping car, man.
Just so you guys know, 60s vibes of this car were about marijuana and Woodstock.
Yeah, okay. And then this is electric, so no exhaust coming out, right?
Yeah. No.
But I did start my Mazda right behind it, so if I play the head in reverse, it does look like this is spewing out white smoke, so
Yeah.
keeping the spirit of old Volkswagens alive.
Imagine if they made this a diesel. Oh man, they'd sell like hotcakes.
And then another fun thing is that you've got drive and brake. Your shifter's on the steering column, kind of like an i3 or whatever.
It's a twisty.
Yeah. And then you can go between D and B by using your shifter kind of as a paddle.
Yep.
Which is really interesting.
Will it come to a full stop in B mode?
No, it will not.
Ah.
But because it does not, it actually kind of drives like a normal car. Like I feel like I throw my wife in here and she won't be like, "Oh, what's this car doing? Why is it doing all this weird
Throw her right in.
Throw her right in.
Oh, that's your foot on the
That's
brake.
my foot on the.
Oh, yeah.
That's my foot on the pause button
I'll
actually.
pause, yeah. Yo, that initial launch is pretty damn good.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
If you're watching this video before Monday, October 21st, there's no driving impressions in this video because there's an embargo on that right now. But come back Monday, October 21st, and we'll have all the driving impressions back in this video.
ESC Sport mode, steering wheel fully turned on gravel.
Do not on gravel.
Hell yeah. Spins the tires, baby.
Don't do it on gravel.
It's not my car, Yuri. It's fine. You want to go on adventures? You're going to floor it in gravel. This launch is pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's got good power.
yeah, it's got great power. Like, the ID4 was so slow. This is great. Like, once I'm rolling, let's see what it's like. It's fine. And we're on fairly low battery, like 34% right now. Feels great.
I just switched my kid to front facing because she just hit the 40-pound limit from rear facing, so we had to switch. And she's like, when you floor it, my head goes back. She's like, my head goes back. I'm like, now put your head back and I'll floor it. And she's like, my head didn't go back. I'm like, exactly.
Yep, my kid's been experiencing V8 horsepower for months. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You don't
it
get the
actually
gravel.
rips it. Okay, so
Do another U-turn.
let's get back to my rant. That CEO standing on stage in 2017 had the words affordable.
Oh,
And
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those words was affordable on there.
Hey,
Okay?
the world changed.
And we talk about price at the end of the video, but I'm not going to do that right now because this is crazy expensive. That's the one big fault that I have with this lovely vehicle is that it's too expensive.
They built the perfect car, but it costs too much.
Exactly.
Do you want to get to the price?
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so the cheapest one starts at $77,495 for the rear wheel drive.
Canadian.
And this one, all-wheel drive, is $82,995 plus the two-tone paint plus the sunroof. So you're at like over $85,000-ish for a people mover, which is more expensive than a comparable Sienna Hybrid or anything like that.
Yeah, but like...
You said it's a fashion car, and I get that, but the CEO had the word affordable. So,
Yeah.
$85,000.
7 years ago, man.
Exactly. So, see, part of the screw-up of the rollout, because this may have been a $50,000 car in 2018 or 19, right?
Yeah.
Because cars went up like 20, 30% per year. So, yes, that would have been affordable.
But maybe
it is no longer, in my opinion.
Maybe with inflation, technically it is affordable. Like,
You're right,
Wait,
but
does-
people's salaries have not been equally inflated.
yeah, I don't know, man.
It's no longer affordable. That's the one big thing that this car screwed up. I love this car a lot.
I
and
think-
there's a lot of things that I don't love about it, but like Yuri said, I'm willing to excuse those because I love the vibe of this. I
Yeah.
love the look of this. The functionality's okay. It's not the worst, but I can definitely get used to this infotainment because they have improved it.
I was talking to the Volkswagen guy, I'm like, yeah, this car looks cool. It'll probably save the company. He's like, it's not for everyone. He's like, you like it or you don't. I'm like, I think everyone would like this, and I think you actually could save the company with this. Like, if they made a smaller version, if everything just looked like this.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
some sort of weird, cool, retro-inspired design because everyone stares at this thing.
ID Buzzes are all Beetles, and then they make one that's a little bit smaller.
And I love the fact that Volkswagen actually did this, and car companies are starting to do this, like Hyundai with the Ioniq 5. All these square, boxy, retro designs are coming back, and it's cool. But I don't like that electric cars are making them do that, but it's nice to have these designs back.
Yeah, well, okay. This infotainment, It's the one we didn't really like from the ID4, maybe a little bit newer and updated.
A little bit.
We actually have illuminated stuff down here. It lit up at night, just like we said from the start. And I found Etsy stickers that glow in the dark, so you could put them on your ones that don't have them illuminated.
Wow. But what Volkswagen didn't fix yet, and they probably won't on this model, was we still have capacitive touch buttons on the steering wheel.
It was very difficult for me to use while driving. I was very confused.
Yeah.
And but it does have adaptive cruise and lane centering, which did work really nice. It was hands-on, but it did work really well.
And let's test these visors. Let's see, are they gonna fly off?
3, 2, 1.
Didn't fly off, and it worked.
Fail.
Oh.
If you are driving west,
there is a large gap.
on the Gardner, the 403, or the 401, I guess QW, not the Gardner, and Gardner, the sun gets in that perfect spot and got right into my eyes. So that is an FAIL. It's close, but no cigar.
All right, Volkswagen, some things to work on
Just
for the
just extend
Dude,
it
you know
a
what
bit more.
they're gonna have to refresh this, and they're gonna ruin it. How do you make this better? How do you make it better looking?
Didn't they make the first bus for like forever? Maybe they just won't refresh this.
Let's hope.
Let's hope they don't change it.
Turn this into the Nissan Z.
Don't change anything, guys.
Or the GTR.
You guys got it nailed.
Yeah.
It's done.
You don't
Just
need a refresh.
leave it.
Just leave it. It's perfect.
Send everyone there to the ID4 department and have them take over their job.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fire all of those people.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, so this does have plastic texture. I'm sure it's some sort of recycled stuff or whatever, but I love the way it looks. It doesn't look cheap or anything like that. All these interior plastics and the looks of them and the feel are fantastic.
in white.
In this particular spec are amazing. Like this tan is amazing. This is super soft on your elbow, and I can have it really nice and high. And if I even wanted to, there's actually an extra armrest right here that I can customize
So
to wherever I want, and there's 2 of them.
Technically, I have 4 armrests.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ow. 4. Ow. Oh, my arm is numb.
Wow.
Ah. Wow. What's that? That's not a Charlie horse, is it?
No, I don't think on your elbow. That's just a clown move, Yuri.
Yeah, armrests are nice and adjustable though, with like a little clicker.
All right, back seats. We got normal back seats. No problems there.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Except you're forced into captain's chairs with all-wheel drive.
You know what though? These captain's chairs are not deal breakerish at all. I really like that.
Getting into the back, no problem for myself.
Yeah, the seat folds forward. I mean, with the child seat in there, you can't fold that forward or whatever.
Yep.
But it is good. There's so much room back there. Like, it's just really nice. It feels so gigantic and roomy. Like, this is actually kind of huge.
Yeah, and I mean, the seating position and these seats are really comfortable up here, and I honestly just love the visibility. I know you complain about those A-pillars, so let me hear it.
There are 2 A pillars on each side.
Yep.
Or then I guess this is technically a B pillar.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining that they're there because when you're driving it's fine, but when I woke up this morning, the car was frosty. This part's got a little heat on either side, and it took like an extra 8 minutes to defrost that from the outside. So
That's definitely not big enough.
So that turned into a massive A-pillar blind spot.
Got it.
So
that
you
makes
need
sense.
to actually clear that up. And I'm sure if I had the app, I could have like preconditioned it, but
Why don't
I'm
you
not
just go
set up.
outside and start scraping, Yuri?
It wasn't it was just like, it wasn't frosty, it was just like wet.
Yeah. How do I put this back?
Just leave it. Just leave
throw it over there. We'll lose it into the
Just-
oblivion of, oh my God, there's actually a lot of vents and stuff over there.
Yeah, there's
You
like
wouldn't want to throw anything
There's
over
a little camera there, and then there's the camera for your 360 is on the bumper. Like, there's so much crazy stuff in here.
Yeah.
And then we've got a 360 camera, but it is like so laggy. Like, why couldn't they make that as fast as it should be to match the looks of this car? You can shortcut it to the top of your infotainment along with your Apple CarPlay and stuff, which is nice because you can get to it in one click. And even though we got all digital climate and stuff in there, the car is so cool looking that I don't really mind it for once. So back to me saying that I could put my wife in here and no problem. Throw my wife into this car.
Throw her.
Just toss and no problems. It has wired and wireless CarPlay. Plugged it in, it like worked right away.
Amazing.
It's just very, very simple.
Yeah, this is a great car.
And then another thing.
Play Sirius XM 90s on 9.
Did you mean 90s on 9?
Yes.
It does that, but it works.
90s on 9.
There.
Yeah,
Right.
it actually works, but it's like it shows you exactly what you said, but then it's like, did you say that?
Yeah.
Play Sirius XM channel 9.
Oh, I still have to learn about that.
And then we do have a gauge cluster in front of the driver, which honestly looks very cheap, but I don't even care about this.
Wow.
All the information I want is there. We've got digital speed. We also have our battery percentage with our actual kilometer range.
I would take this over everything that Ford and Lincoln is doing with like the Nautilus and Expedition, no question. And you can change like what's showing with view right here and left and right. The up-down buttons are there, but not visible.
Yeah, they're blanked out. And steering, totally normal, nothing weird. Handles like you'd expect, all the weight's at the bottom. Who cares? Take the kids to soccer practice, hockey practice, foosball practice, ping pong practice, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe even professional versions of all that.
Let's take it through Cliche Corner.
Okay,
Let's take a nice little cruise through there.
let's do it.
And with storage in the back, you can remove the back seats, take them out. I think they're heavy as heck though.
Probably.
But if you don't, like you can have them all flat, and I think there's enough room for like a mattress so you could like sleep in here and camp in here, do hippie stuff in here.
And they also use these in Europe as like parts delivery vans and stuff like that. Did you see the picture of the Dakar, the Porsche Dakar with this as their service van?
Yes, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
What a cool vibe of a vehicle. What about charging? You can charge this thing, right? It's electric?
I have not tried. The charge port's at the back.
Okay.
I didn't want to ruin it for myself. I didn't want to plug it into my house and have it not charge or have
Yeah.
air. I just wanted to enjoy it for what it was.
If we don't have problems, we
Yeah.
can't complain about the problems.
Am I gonna go check a charger on the way home? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just not.
Yeah, you have 120 kilometers to get home, which is probably enough.
It can charge up to I think 250 kilowatt max speed.
Okay, sure.
I just don't want to. I don't want to ruin it for myself by trying to charge it.
Dude, I hear that.
You know, it's
we
just
just use it until it's done and park it. Just never charge it.
Yeah, and just give it back.
Just look at it in the driveway.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes left till we're fully charged. It's actually been charging pretty quick. I am impressed. Besides the 350s obviously not working, but you know, that's expected. Yeah, and sorry we're not at the trip in California. I told the Volkswagen PR guy I just want to spend time at home with my kid.
Can you teach me to throw? I said not today.
And he's like, don't worry, I'll get you a local unit. So shout out Thomas.
Shout out our guy, because now I can rip it through Cliche Corner, and dude, it's actually squealing tires whenever it wants to. It's spinning them.
So you're
I got
saying
traction off.
It feels like every electric car.
Yeah, dude, this is great to drive. Yo, the back end kind of wanted to
I
come a
think
little
it
bit.
it's still ESC Sport.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't go all the way up. It's nice that it doesn't automatically turn back on.
No, this is sick. With these Continental tires, this thing definitely rips as hard as you would expect it to.
All right, so with everything out of the way, would you buy one for 87K?
No.
Would you drive one for a year if they gave you one for free as a long-term tester and be happy?
1,000%.
Would you be happy with an ID4 long-term tester?
No.
That is amazing.
I know.
Like-
if this was $40,000, I would consider buying one for my family.
$63,000 fully loaded, and I'd be like, all right. But then I guess
You gotta replace the battery once it dies.
that's what you reminded me about with like the Ioniq 5. I was like, are you paying $87,000 or are you paying $87,000 times 2?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how much batteries cost, right?
Yep. Because it is a known fact that this EV battery will eventually have to be replaced. That just happens with electric vehicles,
cars, yeah.
or with any battery in general.
Yeah, and then like they don't want you to replace your car and keep, in general, car companies, to keep that car on the road, they want you to buy the next one.
Yep.
Like, what was that company that went out of business that makes Tupperware?
I don't know if they make Tupperware, but there's Fisker, if you're talking about them.
No, hold on.
Okay.
A few moments later.
Yeah, okay. It is Tupperware.
Yeah, okay.
They filed bankruptcy because their stuff is probably so good that people didn't need to, because everyone's got old Tupperware, right?
Right. Yeah.
Planned obsolescence, man, or whatever, it's however you pronounce it.
I actually completely forgot about where you're going with all those points, but yeah, I really like this thing a lot.
Shout out everyone who worked on this. Y'all did a great job. The release schedule was perfect.
No, you guys screwed that up so hard.
You guys didn't NSX this at all.
No.
I don't know if you'll be able to buy one at a dealership or if it's like, oh, you actually need to buy 3 911s before we'll sell you one of these. Like, there might be some kind of thing going on.
You might have to check on tsp.truecar.com. Once these become available, I think these are going to sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, and they're not going to have enough of these. These are going to be so cool for like the next 7 months.
Yeah. Do we just like this because we're older and we're dads, or do we just like this because it's cool?
If you're under the age of 21, leave a comment below. Is this cool or are we just old geezers?
Yeah. Even if you're under 30.
No, 21.
It's still university. If you're still in university or college, leave a comment.
If you never had a desktop computer in your house,
How do you do serious emails though? On a laptop?
voice to text, bro. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
Peace.
Peace and love,
Peace.
bro.
Oh man.
Peace and love.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.